Today we are going to make sweet potato mash. Now this is a great recipe if you like kind of the sweet potato casserole from Thanksgiving. This is kind of a spin on that. Or if you just like sweet potatoes but the thought of actually baking a whole bunch of sweet potatoes just exhausts you. Or if you've never actually baked them in the oven and you've only microwaved them and you're just not super crazy about them, it's because baking sweet potatoes in the oven actually helps the juices caramelize and the sugars in there caramelize and they taste incredibly better. But it takes, 45 minutes to an hour to do that, and some of us just don't want to do it. So we end up microwaving them and they're not as flavorful. Now, I will confess that sweet potatoes are not my favorite. I don't hate it, but they're not my favorite. My husband, though, hates them. Doesn't want to eat them at all. So for me to make sweet potatoes is kind of pointless. If I'm not crazy about them and he hates them, what's the point? But I actually came up with this recipe for him and he likes this a lot, and so do I. So if we like it, that means probably your kiddos will like it too. So if you're trying to get some nutrients and nutritious foods into your household and you're trying to do it with sweet potatoes but your family's not a fan, this is the recipe to try. Sweet potatoes have lots of vitamins and minerals in them. As far as the nutrition content and the fiber, they're not a lot different from just your plain old russet potato. That's why I don't tend to spend a lot of effort eating sweet potatoes. But they do have different vitamins. That's why they're orange, vitamin K and things like that. So there's different vitamins in there. But as far as the fiber and the calories, there's more fiber and fewer calories in a white potato than your sweet potato. But it's good to have variety, and color is good for you. So I have found these. Zoom in for me. These are in the frozen section at Market Street. Now they used to have these at HEB in Odessa, but I have not seen them in a long time. But they are in the frozen section with the other vegetables, where like the fries and the sweet potato fries are, they're there. So look for these. This has got all the work done for you. These are just the insides, no skins, and they are little patties. You can pull one or two out and eat them as you want to. Keep them frozen. Or for this recipe, we're going to cook them all. It calls for 8 of these little babies. And isn't that cool? So they're already done. You don't have to mess with peeling them, washing them, or even thawing them out. And you're just going to literally put them in a microwave safe bowl. Now, I did kind of mess up and thaw them out a little bit because I forgot and I didn't read my recipe. But I actually normally cook these from frozen, and in your recipe it says to cook them from frozen and microwave them for 2 minutes. But since I thawed them out, no big hairy deal, I'm just going to microwave them for 1 minute. And all that's going to do is soften them up and help them out just a little bit. So, there, it's going. Now, if you can't find these in your freezer section, that's okay. You still don't have to cook sweet potatoes. Although that is an option, you can certainly bake them off and scoop the insides out, and this totally works. This is about 1 pound, which is about the same as this can. You can find this in the canned goods at the health food store. I have seen it at Market Street and HEB in Odessa as well. I know Whole Foods Market has it too. If you're in Austin, Dallas, and you have Whole Foods, they carry this. It's just sweet potatoes. Ingredients: organic sweet potato puree. Just open the can and dump the whole thing in the bowl, and you don't even have to microwave it, obviously, because it's already pretty soft. That's just pretty much trying to thaw it out and soften it up a little bit more since it's been in the freezer. So great option there. Again, this is 15 ounces, this is 16, close enough. We are going to season this and sweeten it. Now, we're not going to use honey, we're not going to use brown sugar, we're not going to use marshmallows, so if you're kind of thinking I'm going that direction, sorry to disappoint you, but this is an everyday recipe. The other is a holiday, once in a while recipe, and it wouldn't be special if you ate it every day. So, save that for the holiday. But for this, we're going to sweeten it with fruit, and we're going to do that with applesauce. Now, this is the unsweetened applesauce. You can probably read it better on the package. If you want to buy organic, rock that out. You certainly can. But the only ingredients in here is apples, water, and ascorbic acid, which is vitamin C, which is in fruit anyway. So, great to go to, but it has no added sugar there. So, we have warmed up our little sweet potatoes. Now, this is obviously a way to go. And if you're packing your kids' lunches and y'all have unsweetened applesauce on hand, awesome, go for it. But if you don't, and you're like me, and I'd rather just eat the apple. It's got lots of water and fiber in it because it has the skin. I'm not a big applesauce person. So I don't typically have this as a staple or in my pantry. But what I do use is I always have, amazingly enough, baby food, and no, I don't have a baby. I use this, I cook with this all the time. I bake with it. I use this a lot. I will take it with me. It's my emergency food, my travel pack food. I know that you can take it on the airplane, and I know that I can get my some of my fruit at least and my vegetables in these, and you can sneak in some kale and spinach and squash and things like that because it's already in the baby food. Now these are organic and it has apples, water, kale, fig paste, and vitamin C. That's it in these. Great little go-to, and what I really love is that you don't have to use the whole thing. Once you've opened this, you're gonna have to eat it or toss it. But this, you can screw the lid back on and it'll keep for a week in the fridge, and you can use it multiple times. Cool? Okay, so depends. This is another one you can buy it jarred. This is raspberry, apples, beets. So if you want to kind of get a combo thing going, certainly check out the baby food deal. Otherwise, just use unsweetened applesauce. We're going to start with a pinch of kosher salt, and that's just a little pinch to kind of offset the sweet. Everything tastes a little bit better if you salt a little bit. And then your recipe calls for cinnamon and cayenne pepper. If you have not had baked sweet potatoes and had cinnamon and cayenne pepper with it, either on your sweet potato fries or on your just baked sweet potato, please try it. It is so yummy. And I love cinnamon so much, and my hot meter is broke. I love anything super spicy. So I mix, and I always tell my guests this if they stay, this is my special cinnamon cayenne pepper blend. So if you're gonna, season your oatmeal or something, don't use mine unless you can handle super hot. But I mix, it's probably about 1/3 cayenne pepper to cinnamon, so 1-to-3 ratio in this little bowl, which we like. But my favorite cinnamon is Tone's. Love it, tastes really great. Cinnamon is super awesome for you too. Appetite suppressant, boosts your metabolism, got tons of antioxidant properties. Love cinnamon, and the same with any of your peppers because there's capsaicin, but the hotter the pepper, the more capsaicin there is. So metabolism booster and appetite suppressant there too, so why not, right? So we're gonna add my blend because I dig it, but you can do what you want. And we added our salt already, and then because I've got it, I'm going to go ahead and use this applesauce. Ooh, I just got a whiff of cinnamon. Okay, so we're gonna use a couple tablespoons of the applesauce in there, and then we're going to just kind of mash this up and not breathe in my cinnamon and cayenne mixture. And oh, and it clears out your sinuses, just so you know. It's great for you. Kind of looking familiar, isn't it? Now, if this is not sweet enough for you, you can certainly add a little bit more applesauce to it. And it looks pretty dry, right? So what we're gonna do to kind of help keep it from drying out further is, follow me here. Voila, unsweetened almond milk. Now, in this recipe, because it is a little sweet, you could probably get away with using vanilla, but always buy original because you can add vanilla extract to anything. But if you've got a whole tub of vanilla, you're kind of stuck with vanilla. So I like just plain original. It's unsweetened, so you're not adding any sugars there, and you're gonna add a couple tablespoons. You can measure it if you want. I don't want to. Actually, the lid's about a tablespoon, just so you know. And you're just gonna stir this up so that it's nice and creamy. If you don't eat all this, that's another good trick. If you're gonna reheat later, add a little bit of almond milk to it just to kind of moisten it up if you're going to reheat it.
So smash it up a little bit, as smooth or as chunky as you like. And then you're gonna microwave it again till it's hot and ready to serve. Totally can add a little bit of brown sugar or honey if you want, but remember that 1 tablespoon of honey is 60 calories, okay? So, and really a tablespoon of just brown sugar is 45 calories, just saying. So if you're really trying to eliminate calories and sugar, watch that. Again, if you're gonna add raisins or dates, just be aware that you're adding a lot of extra calories that way. But if that's what helps your family kind of switch their palate over just a little bit and incorporate some healthier foods, then by all means make it palatable, and you can start taking some of those honey and some of those added things out in stages until you're just back down to the original. But cinnamon has a naturally sweet taste to it. It hits your sweet taste buds just like sugar does. So that's a great substitute to help you kind of get off sugar. Add cinnamon. All right, that's it, guys. I hope you enjoy this recipe. I hope it's a new favorite for your family, and it's super easy to make, and you can have it in your freezer or your pantry ready to go anytime. So please like my Facebook page and follow me on Facebook and YouTube, and I will talk to y'all soon. Thank you.